Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers reveal that Willow Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen, will have a shocking request for Jason Morgan, Steve Burton. Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, may go ballistic over this friendship. What exactly could Willow need from Jason that would cause her to ask a favor from him? Carly recently threatened to take Willow's kids away from her in Michael Corinthos' ex-Chad duel name. Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watros, summoned Jason to stop Carly before things got physical. Now both Carly and Willow are on edge thanks to this confrontation. Jason believes they should put the kids first, and he just wants peace. Willow knows that Jason can calm Carly, whereas Jack Brennan, Chris McKenna, seems to add to the stress because he believes Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson, will fail when push comes to shove. Willow will turn to Jason to help to keep the peace. Willow may have some real concerns that she needs to discuss. Drew has promised not to allow Carly or anyone else to take Wiley Quartermain, Viron Weaver, and Amelia Corinthos, Sequoia, and Serenity Morkmako away from Willow. Drew even convinced Willow to make him the children's legal guardian in case someone were to happen to her. Could Willow be having second thoughts now? Willow could be about to set Michael off when this news reaches him. There is no way that Michael would agree to this no matter what happens. Michael is recovering, and he doesn't want Drew near his children. Does Willow not realize that she is pushing for a custody battle? Could Willow use Jason to push Carly into agreeing to a compromise? Is Willow already regretting her decision involving Drew with her kids? Willow will be caught off guard when Drew starts making moves behind her back. Willow may finally see the sinister side that everyone has warned her about. What will Drew do to completely change Willow's mind about her recent decision? Jason and Carly will soon have an argument over this exact thing as he tries to reason with her. Carly may even get upset with Jason for trying to assist Willow in fixing this mess. However, Carly and truly need to back down and stop fighting over Michael's kids. Carly believes Jason should be all about Michael, but he's trying to do exactly as Michael asked. Will Carly and Brennan screw up Jason's best-laid plans? Will Drew's vows turn into empty promises when push comes to shove? Will Michael come home before much more damage is done? Port Charles is no stranger to betrayal, secrets, and shocking twists. But the emotional explosion coming from Carly Spencer might just shatter every fragile bond that's left in the wake of recent events. At the center of the chaos, a private, heartfelt, and controversial request Willow Corinthos makes to Jason Morgan, one that ignites a wildfire Carly never saw coming. In the aftermath of Jason's jaw-dropping return from the dead, tensions have been running high. Emotions are raw, allegiances are shifting, and everyone is still trying to make sense of what his reappearance means for their lives. But for Willow, who has spent the last year battling leukemia, rebuilding her life, and mending broken family ties, Jason represents more than just a man from the past. To her, he represents safety, strength, and quiet understanding. Which is why she makes a request that she believes is coming from a place of love and logic. But it ends up detonating a time bomb inside Carly's already fragile heart. Sources close to the situation reveal that Willow has been quietly meeting with Jason, seeking not only advice but also comfort and clarity about her future. Though things between her and Michael seem to have stabilized publicly, privately, they get more snags than anyone realizes. Michael's obsession with protecting his family at all costs has created a rift Willow can't ignore. He's made choices, like manipulating Sonny and going behind Carly's back, that have left her questioning who he's become. She's also struggling with the weight of her illness, the fear of relapse, and the responsibilities of raising Wiley and Amelia in an increasingly volatile Corinthos world. So, in a moment of vulnerability, she turns to Jason, not as a romantic escape, but as someone she can trust when everything else feels uncertain. Her request, She wants Jason to become the legal guardian of Wiley and Amelia in the event something happens to her and Michael. This single request, uttered in a quiet hospital room during what was meant to be a checkup, is overheard by someone who never should have been in earshot: Carly. What follows is nothing short of an emotional hurricane. Carly confronts Jason first, her voice shaking his godfather, his protector, she says, her eyes blazing. And now you're entertaining the idea of taking his family if something happens. But Jason doesn't react with defensiveness. He stays calm, explaining that Willow isn't trying to replace Michael. She's trying to make sure her children are raised by someone grounded, someone who won't drag them into mob wars, family vendettas, or emotional chaos. That explanation only makes things worse. Carly feels betrayed. Deeply, not just by Willow, who she's grown to care for, but by Jason, her closest friend, the one person she thought would always have her back. She accuses him of taking sides, of drifting away since his return, of becoming a ghost of the man she once knew. And beneath all of Carly's fury is a terrifying fear that she's being shut out, cut off, and deemed unfit by people she once considered family. She reminds Jason that she raised Michael, that she fought tooth and nail for his safety, even when Sonny spiraled or when AG returned from the dead. But in Jason's eyes, she sees something she didn't expect: conflict, doubt, and it breaks her. Word of Willow's request spreads quickly through the Corinthos inner circle, setting off a chain reaction of complications and confrontations. Michael is blindsided. He had no idea Willow felt the need to make such a move, and it hits him like a punch to the gut. He confronts Willow, heartbroken, asking why she didn't trust him enough to talk about it first. Willow, exhausted and overwhelmed, tells Michael the truth: she didn't think he'd listen. Not when all he talks about is strategy, leverage, and protecting Sonny at all costs. She's tired of living like they're in a constant war. She wants her children to have peace, even if it means placing them in Jason's hands. Meanwhile, Nina Reeves finds herself pulled into the middle of the drama when Willow, desperate for perspective, confides in her mother. Surprisingly, Nina supports Willow's instincts. She reminds her that sometimes love means choosing the hard path, and if Jason can provide the structure and calm the children need, then she shouldn't back down from her decision. Nina's support shocks Carly, who sees it as yet another manipulation. Carly accuses Nina of trying to drive a wedge between her and Willow, but Nina doesn't back down. For once, she's standing in her truth, and she's not going to let Carly dictate the narrative anymore. The fire doesn't stop there. Brooke Lynn, who's been on a roller coaster ride of her own, pulls Willow aside and warns her that this decision could burn every bridge she's built in the Quartermaine family. You can't expect people to just nod and smile while you give their legacy away, she says. But Willow isn't interested in legacy. She's focused on survival, on ensuring her kids aren't collateral damage in yet another Corinthos family implosion. The only person who seems to understand Willow without judgment is Sam McCall. She knows what it's like to love Jason, to trust him with your life, and to want him near your children when everything else is crumbling. Sam and Willow share a rare emotional moment at Kelly's, one that leaves both women in tears. Sam doesn't offer advice. She just listens, and it's the first time Willow feels truly seen in weeks. But even Sam knows that Jason agreeing to this arrangement would upend everything in his world. Back at Carly's house, the fallout continues. She's not just angry, she's hurt, shaken to the core. For the first time in a long time, she feels powerless. Like the world she fought to protect, the family she sacrificed so much for, is slipping through her fingers. She lashes out at Sonny, blaming him for creating the kind of environment where Willow would even consider cutting the family out. Sonny, already burdened by his own life-threatening drama and pressure from enemies circling, has little patience for Carly's fury. Their conversation spirals into a brutal argument that leaves both of them reeling. Drew Kane, trying to keep the peace, steps in to mediate. but his involvement only makes things more complicated. Carly accuses him of taking Jason's side. Drew reminds her that this isn't about sides. It's about what's best for the kids. But Carly can't hear it. She's too deep in her pain, too raw from the betrayal. Jason later visits Carly again, hoping to smooth things over. He tells her he hasn't made any decisions, that Willow asked him in confidence, and he hasn't even agreed to anything. But Carly isn't interested in logic or technicalities. She feels excluded, outvoted, and disregarded by the very people she stood by through thick and thin. In the days that follow, Jason becomes more reflective. He begins to question his place in Port Charles. Everything has changed. That he's returned. People, alliances, expectations. He wants to do right by Willow, who's clearly in emotional pain, but he also doesn't want to be the wedge that splits this already fragile family apart. And then comes the most unexpected twist of all. A court document is delivered to Jason's door. Willow, despite the backlash, has already filed preliminary paperwork naming Jason as guardian. And whether he agrees or not, the storm has officially begun. Now, Carly must decide what kind of fight she wants to wage. Will she try to block Willow's request legally? Will she attempt to prove herself worthy in the eyes of the courts, despite her own criminal history and messy ties to Sonny's organization? Or will she go nuclear and tear down every bridge, including the one connecting her to Jason, once and for all? The coming weeks promise some of the most emotionally charged episodes in recent GH history. Lines will be drawn. Relationships will be tested. And in the center of it all, a mother's fear and fury may cause a ripple effect no one saw coming. Because this isn't just about custody or contingency plans. This is about control, legacy, loyalty. And when it comes to Carly Spencer, nothing cuts deeper than betrayal from the people she holds closest. Stay tuned as this firestorm continues to grow, because once the secrets unravel, nothing will ever be the same. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our YouTube channel for more update news.